Trust me, you'll get nowhere with a superficial person, and you don't want to hang out with one either. They focus on outward appearances and couldn't care less about what is going on underneath. But they still do care about something, their own self, if that counts. Because they're shallow, it is best not to expect much from them. They're not going to be reliable friends or empathetic lovers, because a relationship with them is all about what you provide. It's best to stay away from them. Sometimes, one or two will come our way. Here are 10 signs that you're dealing with a superficial person. Number 1, they are materialistic. Superficial people's main goal is to gain as many materialistic benefits as possible. Material buyers, defined in a study as people who value materialistic pursuits and prefer buying material goods over experiences, have been found to be liked less by their peers than people who pursue happiness through life experiences. Some chase money, others chase power or fame, but all of these lack substance. They feel entitled to be happy, so they focus on what can make them happy immediately, even if it doesn't last. Number 2, they have no conviction. A superficial person goes where the wind goes. They have no opinion or conviction that can't be swayed, convinced out of, or just eradicated without much pressure. In fact, they can't be bothered with caring about any cause because they only care about themselves. Research shows that highly materialistic people may care less about the environment and other people than non-materialists do. Number 3, they care so much about how they look. They are all about appearance. They only care about how they look but lack the ability for self-observing and looking deeper inside themselves. Selfishness and superficiality goes hand in hand. According to author Alison Stevenson in Vice, "In my mind, shallow people only care about appearance. All that matters to them is that they find someone who looks good standing next to them. They don't pay attention to observe and notice feelings, behaviours and thoughts of the people around them. They look on the outside and not what is in people's hearts. For them, good is only good if they get something out of it." Number 4, their relationship is self-centered. When they are in a relationship, the relationship revolves around them. It is always about them and their needs. There is no give and take in the relationship because they always take from you. According to Diane Barth in Psychology Today, there are 2 defining characteristics of selfishness: being concerned excessively or exclusively with oneself, having no regard for the needs or feelings of others. Barth says that dealing consistently with someone who is selfish can make your life miserable. Books have been written about narcissism, Generation Me, even healthy selfishness. But when someone you have to deal with regularly is consistently self-involved and self-centered, they can make your life miserable. If you are in a relationship with a superficial person, it will lack any significant depth because of its one-sidedness and inequality. It is also the same if you are friends with a superficial person. They only want to be with you because you have something to contribute and give them. Friendships, relationships, whatever, is all based on what can you do for me philosophy. In short, they are using you for their own good. That's not a relationship, isn't it? Number 5, they lack intelligence. This is not about IQ or how high you score on a test. This is about self-intelligence, which includes social contract, manners, grace, gratitude, and others. People who are shallow may in fact be quite well informed and possess a depth of knowledge. However, they don't fully utilize the information they've obtained. Intelligence is something that everybody has, but everybody has it in different amounts. People who are more socially and emotionally intelligent are able to look deeper and analyze others' behaviors, but a superficial person doesn't care. Number 6, they are backstabbers. A superficial person may smile and talk at you, but in the back of their minds, they are noticing how they don't like your hair, your teeth, etc. They are fake people because the emotion they display doesn't necessarily match what they think. Research shows that highly materialistic people tend to care less about the environment and other people than non-materialists do. They may say bless your heart, but then rip you to shreds the moment you aren't within ear's distance. Number 7, "Sorry, I can't" dominates their vocabulary. I'm not saying that people who have depth don't know when to say no, but when you care for other people, it is normal that you help and pitch in as much as you could. Self-involved people are unlikely to be very responsive to your needs. If someone is both totally self-involved and uncaring about anyone else, they are not likely to be very responsive to you in any way other than evaluating how you meet their needs. But superficial people never do. They don't pitch in, roll up their sleeves, or give their time to something that might not benefit them. They think that there's nothing in it for them, so they don't give a damn about it. Number 8. They are judgmental. At one time or another, we've held ignorant beliefs about a person or a group of people, but the difference between rational people and the superficial ones is that the former doesn't habitually judge others. Krauss explained on Psychology Today that egocentrism can cause us to make incorrect assumptions about what other people are thinking or feeling, and annoyed or even enraged when others fail to see things their way. Maybe they do judge sometimes, because nobody's perfect, but not all the time. Superficial people will judge the moment they get the chance, and that is every day. They will form negative opinions about someone without any evidence, making them toxic people. Number 9. They love to gossip. They are busybodies, and if they have something to contribute, it is typically, "Did you hear about?" or "Did you know that he or she?" They disguise themselves as concerned people, but they only want to gossip. They worry about nothing but having a juicy story to tell that puts them in the spotlight. When you talk about a superficial person, it involves a fair amount of gossip and empty talk. I bet they won't notice that you're bored listening to their incessant talking too. It's a one-sided conversation from hell. Number 10. They only wear branded clothes. Because they're all about appearances, it's no wonder that they will also be about the labels and big brands. They don't want to look cheap, so they will not wear anything unless it has a famous label on it. Not only that, but they look down on anyone who isn't doing the same.